Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome to the Monday live chat here on Snowboard Pro Camp. Hope all of y'all had a great week. I'm hanging out here at Keystone today, one of my favorite spots right here out by the Peru lot. Got a nice little river back here behind me. Um, excuse me, guys. Been a great day out here at Keystone. It is one of the coldest days I've experienced in quite a long time. Honestly, I think it's in like the teens right now. It's been in the 20s all day, but rad day out on the mountain. Met up with my friend Bo. Had a lot of people roll through. Some of my old friends from Evo. Saw Jonathan Buckhouse and Casey Willax out there as well. Took some runs out on North Peak. They actually got the Outback open here at Keystone right now. Rode the front side as well, and I was checking out the Jones flagship. So I'm keeping the board reviews rolling. I was on the Yes Basic yesterday, so got a bunch of videos coming out here soon. There's actually gonna be a video posted tonight. It's gonna be the last top 5 list from me. Top 5 best value snowboards or budget snowboards, whatever you wanna call it. Basically snowboards that come in at a fair price that offer a unique riding experience. So I'm pretty stoked on that list. I hope you guys will be as well. Anyhow, I'll be hanging out here for the next hour. It is extremely cold, and I have one of my hands here not in a glove, so I'll try to go for the full hour, but it's getting pretty cold, guys. So we'll see how it goes. But if you guys want to go ahead and start dropping questions, I'll try to answer as many questions for you guys as I can. Anything snowboard related, snowboarding, snowboard gear, traveling, Colorado, Whistler, anything like that, just let me know. And if you want to let us know where in the world you're joining us from as well, it's always great to hear where you guys are from. And I saw there was already quite a few people here right when the live chat started. Let's see who all's hanging out. We got Carrie Pierce. What's up, Carrie? Reds Cap, Reggie, Andrew Brown, Catman Snow. What's up, guys? Winter Moose, KD. Oh, I think you guys were all just kind of like chilling out right before the live stream started here. Awesome. Tanner W, good to see you, man. John Lewis from North Carolina, sick. What's up, John? Home stomping grounds. Jaeger Winkler. What is up, everybody? Chris Taylor on the DOA. Sweet, let me scroll down here, see if we got any questions coming through. Nick Desmond asking, I think this is just a general question to anybody here in the chat. Y'all think the Mercury will hold up fine in the trees, or is it too stiff? So yeah, the Capita Mercury, really fun snowboard. I've only ridden it once a couple of seasons ago, but I think it would be fun in the trees. It's a little directional, so you're gonna have to kind of be snaking that nose through the trees, but it's pretty maneuverable. I think, yeah, you could have a good time in the trees. Awesome, guys. And also, if you have any questions that you want to make sure that they get answered, or you want to help to support the live chat, you can always drop a super chat. Definitely appreciate that. Highlights your question there for me. I think I saw one come through here already from Soapy. Thanks for the super chat, dude. Saying it looks like it's going to be a bad snow season up in Whistler. I don't know, man. I think just because there's not snow right now doesn't mean it's going to be a bad season. I'm going to stay optimistic. I think it's going to be pretty rad out there. L Stacker Adventures, you're in the sticks. Yeah, and honestly, I'm just like right beside the parking lot. It's just like, I know no one's really going to come out here. Maybe someone will walk their dog, but it's a nice quiet spot. Got the river behind me here, so yeah. David G, hey TJ, any pointers for spinning off rails from a 50-50 or a board slide? Yeah, man, I think initiating rotation off of a rail is mainly in your head and shoulders. So you want to kind of be, locked in the rail and start initiating that rotation as you approach the end of the feature. So like for a 50-50 front one out, for example, you'll be locked in that 50-50. Right as you get to the end of the feature, you'll turn your head and shoulders to start that rotation, and then your lower body will follow around, and that'll allow you to get that spin around. Same thing for 360s. You just gotta look a little bit further, maybe get a little bit of a pop out as well. And honestly, on board slides, I think that's the main tip. You know, on board slides, maybe start going to fakie, and then when you get more comfortable, you can try to pop, really look over your shoulder, and see if you can get that 270 around. Snowboard Life 14, what's up, man? Good to see you. How does it feel to be back in Colorado? Yeah, it feels good, man. You know, been in Colorado for quite a few years, and it's nice to be back somewhere familiar, visiting some old friends, riding some resorts that I know really well. So yeah, it's been fun. Still got a couple of days left here in Colorado. Gonna try to link up with Casey, maybe Ryan Napton if I can, in the next couple of days. But I've been riding Keystone a lot. I've got some demos I'm trying to get on and get some more board reviews done while I'm here. So yeah. It should go down though, but it's been great, man. Thanks for asking. Awesome, guys. Thanks for all the super chats here. I got a super chat from G. What's up, TJ? Burton Step-On, ruler or photon? Personally, I enjoyed the ruler better than the photon. I did ride them both last year, and I think if I was riding a regular binding, I'd probably like the photon better, but for some reason in the step-ons, it was just like too responsive. Maybe if, you know, I rode it for a whole season and the boots broke down a little bit and became a little bit softer, but for me, it was just like a little too much. It was more than I wanted. So I would go ruler, unless you feel like you really want that stability. Maybe you got bad ankles or something. Paul McLaughlin, hey TJ, how's the injury? Thanks for the super chat, Paul. It's going good. So I've got full range of motion back in my shoulder. If you guys don't know, when we were down in Austria just a few weeks ago, out of this Dubai glacier, Kevin and I took a spill on one of the rails out there. It was like the waterfall drop rail. It's in the best/worst day of snowboarding video if you guys want to check that out. And separated my AC. So it's just over 3 weeks out now, I believe. So full range of motion, but definitely can't fall on it. Not healed yet. It's still healing. Yeah, so this trip, the rule has been no falling. Definitely just trying to rehab it, get it strong and ready to go for Whistler starting season, and then all the trips that we have lined up. Want to make sure that shoulder stays strong. Old Man Shredder, what's up, Martin? Just says, what's up, TJ? Hashtag tacos, hashtag where's the snow? Thanks, appreciate it, Martin. Yeah, I might go grab some Chipotle today. We're back in the States. I guess there's Chipotle in Canada as well. It's just they don't have it in Whistler. But yeah, there's a little bit of snow here in the woods. A little bit, I guess you can't, there's not much over there. But yeah, there's actually quite a bit of snow here at Keystone. You can get in the trees. At the beginning of the weekend, before everyone started riding in the trees, there was actually some pretty fun soft snow. So the conditions are pretty good out here in Colorado. Hasn't snowed that much. I don't think there's snow in the forecast since I've gotten here, but they've been cranking out artificial snow as well. They're actually blowing snow right now. I'm sure they've been blowing snow all day because it's just been so cold. It's literally been in the 20s and the teens all day. It's a cold one out here. Julian with the super chat. Greetings from Boston, Massachusetts. What's up, Julian? Thanks for the super chat. Hope everything's well over in Boston. Hopefully you'll be boarding soon. RJ, why does the LibTech Skate Banana have a bad rep? You know, that's a great question. I think, honestly, the Skate Banana is a pretty solid, like, entry-level snowboard. There's a lot of tech packed into it. I think a part of it is because of when that whole, like, rocker phenomenon went down way back when, like, man, when was that? That must have been over 10 years ago now. I think that was one of the first boards to really hype up rocker. And I think that's just kind of stuck with it. And it does have a pretty aggressive rocker profile. I think that BTX from LibTech does have a pretty aggressive rocker. But I think that's probably it. That's probably the reason. It's not a bad board though. And Marco with the super chat. Shout out, Marco, appreciate it. I will check my email. I'll look for your name in my email, man. Thanks for the super chat. Tell me to remind my email, or to check my email. Jaeger Winkler, I need a new board, but on a tight budget. Any suggestions? Yeah, man, I think that there are some boards out there that are pretty solid. They don't come in at too high of a price point, but if you're looking to buy a brand new snowboard, the lowest price point you're gonna find is around 350, 400 for something pretty solid. Definitely nothing under 300, but I'd say between 300 and 350 is the like absolute lowest. And the lowest I usually recommend is right around 350. It's the Arbor Formula. So I would check out your local shop, or if you're doing any shopping online, just see what boards are on sale, maybe from last season, and see if you can find a deal. Garrett Pistol, any recommendations on 686 snowboard pants? Shout out Garrett for the super chat, man. Appreciate it. I honestly, I've never ridden 686 pants. I know they've got like the Smarty, I think they call it the Smarty pants. So that's basically like, oh, sorry guys, I think I cut out there just for a sec. But yeah, so 686 has the Smarty pants, which is the ones that have like the separate like fleece liners inside, and they're actually removable, I believe. So that's pretty cool. You kind of get 2 pairs of pants for one, and then they've got the thermograph. So it's like insulated in certain areas, like where you're sitting on the chairlift and I think on your knees. So they definitely make some solid functional stuff. I just personally haven't ridden them, but I would recommend them. Kyle Brown, what are your favorite socks? Stance socks. All my snowboard socks are Stance. That's what I'm rocking right now. I just think they're really good socks, and they're not super expensive. Like, you can find snowboard socks that have like bamboo in them and like all kinds of crazy stuff, like $50, $60 for a pair of socks. But I find Stance works really well, and they're right around, I think you can even get a pair for under 20 bucks. So they're solid. I usually ride the just the all mountain Stance socks. Evan Peden with the super chat. Shout out Evan. I'm heading out to Breckenridge this weekend. B-Day is November 17th. Would love to see you out at Breck opening day at Sugar Mountain was yesterday. Awesome, man. Aw, dude, I wish I was able to hang out with you out at Breckenridge. I'm heading out on Thursday, so I think I'll be gone before you get here, but I hope that you have a great time. I think they're opening up more terrain every day. Maybe not every day, but they're opening up more terrain all the time. They got a park going. Should be a lot of fun, man. Enjoy it. Happy early birthday there. And yeah, that's sick that Sugar's open, dude. I haven't ridden Sugar in a long time. Sugar is a small mountain in North Carolina, if you guys don't know. Woo! It is cold out here, guys. Thank you guys all for being here. I see we got 253 people live on the chat right now. Shout out to all of you guys. Appreciate you. Try to get to all your questions. Old Man Shredder with the super chat. What's your favorite riding song? Mine is Anti-Manifesto with Propaganda right now. Sweet, man. I don't know if I have a single favorite song. I've been listening to my buddy's band Oofer a lot, so like they have a few good songs. I like to listen to songs that have just like fun beats and stuff, so I listen to a lot of like Logic, I listen to Migos, stuff like that. Walk It Like I Talk It is one that I like a lot right now, still on that. Been listening to that since this summer while snowboarding. But yeah, I had some music in today. It's always fun to ride with some tunes going. Callum Yule with the $5 super chat. Hey mate, currently ride a extra small War Pig. Wanted an Evil Twin, but the smallest they make is a 151. Second option is the 149 Ultra Fear. Thoughts? I'm 165 centimeters, 60 kilograms. I'm not too sure what that conversion is into pounds, man, but the size is based primarily off of your weight. So if you're within that weight range on the 149 or even the 151 Evil Twin, I would go for it. Yeah, I'm not too sure how tall that is either, man. The centimeters to inches conversion is a bit much. But yeah, just base it off your weight. Today, the flagship that I rode, the lowest weight range that they recommend is 130, and I weigh around 150. So I was on the lower end of that weight range there. And so that made the board feel a little bit stiffer, gave it a little more stability. And you know, alternatively, if you were on the higher end of that weight range, the board's gonna feel a little bit more flexy and a little bit more maneuverable as well, since it'll be shorter. But yeah, man, that would be my 2 cents. I think both of those boards are great. If you can swing the Evil Twin, 3BT is a lot of fun. So yeah, hopefully that works out for you. Dennis D, thanks for the super chat, Dennis. Hey TJ, how's the tactical working with the Stratas? So he's talking about the Adidas tactical snowboard boots that I recently picked up. And yeah, man, they are great. Honestly, the first couple of days out on them, I felt like they were pretty stiff. I thought they were like a bit stiffer than the TM2s. But I feel like if I rode brand new TM2s, I probably would think the same thing, because the ones I was riding already had about 30, 40 days on them. But now that I've ridden them, I think like 6 days, 5 or 6 days, they've actually broken in a good bit. They're super comfortable. Still plenty of response and support out of them. They're just not quite as aggressive as they were, but yeah, super comfortable, feeling great, and I'm really liking the Stratas as well. So I'm gonna do videos on both of those for you guys. We'll do the Stratas first probably, and then the tacticals will be coming up at some point for sure. Let you guys know how they are. Just do a full comprehensive review there. Marco with another super chat. Dude, it's all good. I will check it. Yeah, the email snowboard advice requests are a little bit out of hand. I get so many emails with you guys asking about advice, which is awesome. Thank you guys so much for reaching out. I really do appreciate it. It's just sometimes, you know, I want to give you like a good answer, so it's just takes some time to go through and really reply to all those. So I've yeah, been a little behind on that. But Marco, dude, I will check it, man. Hope you're doing good. The Twin Pig is sick. As you guys know, I bought it for myself, so I hope that says something. Woo. Saul Goodman with another super chat here. Shout out, Saul. How well do you remember the Jones Mountain Twin? Would you have liked a shorter one? You rode the 157, right? I think it was 57 or 56. I'm 160 pounds, 5'8", and want to ride the 154 for all mountain. The Iguchi Pro is 900 euros here. Wow, the Iguchi Pro is more than the Mountain Twin. I guess, yeah, in the States it is too, just a little bit. But yeah, the Mountain Twin, solid all mountain snowboard for sure. I think, honestly, man, you're gonna be totally fine on the 54 if you wanna go for the 54. It's a pretty stiff snowboard. It's a lot of board. It's got a lot of stability. It's not super flexy, so even if you size down, I think there's going to be plenty of stability there for you. It's not going to be super washy or anything like that, and it'll probably be more fun for freestyle stuff if you're hitting any natural features or doing anything like that. But as far as all mountain goes, I think you'll still have solid stability, yeah, out of that guy in the 154. I would not sweat it. And Marco with one last super chat. Shout out, Marco. Appreciate it, dude. Oh, man. Back to the main chat here. Thank you, everyone, for all of the super chats. Delfino Zacharias with a great question. TJ, why don't you do the chat inside? You look cold. I'm very cold. I may actually go over to my car. I didn't have a good place where there wasn't like a lot of people around to do a live stream inside, so that's why I'm outside right now, and I just like this spot, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video. But yeah, I'll be all right. I may move into the car here in a moment though. Whew. GDI base. TJ, you gonna be in Colorado at all this winter? Yeah, so definitely got plans to make another trip down to Colorado. No set dates yet, but probably like late February, March, something like that. Matt Valentine with the super chat. Shout out, Matt. Appreciate it, man. Excuse me. First, thanks for the reviews. Second, if I'm looking to buy a car, I can test drive it. Why can't we do the same with snowboards? Any options out there for test riding various boards? You know, I think it's just because cars are just so much more expensive. You know, you can't drop that much money without knowing what you're getting for sure. And honestly, I agree with snowboards. You should be able to. So your best bet is either going to be to find a shop that has a lot of demos. A lot of shops, like the shop I used to work at, Evo in Denver, if you guys are here in Colorado, but I would say most shops that offer demos allow you to ride like 2 or 3 boards. At our store it was 3, and then the cost of the demo goes towards purchasing a snowboard, so you're not really like out of that money and you get to try a few boards. Alternatively, you can try to find a demo day at your local mountain or wherever you are. If you're traveling, you can maybe arrange the dates where you're there during a demo day. And for those events, a ton of brands come out, they set up tents, they bring all their demo boards, and you can just take out boards all day. You can only usually ride them for about an hour, but you can try a bunch of boards. So those are going to be the 2 best ways to try some stuff, man. But yeah, I wish it was easier as well. That would be nice. Woo. Thanks for all the questions, guys. Shout out to all of you. Finner asking, what boots should I get for the park? Honestly, I really like the TM2s and the tacticals that I'm riding now for just all around everything, including park. If you want something that's going to be like really tweakable, so you can get those pokes and just be really comfortable out there, have like a more maneuverable type feel, you could go for a bit of a softer boot. The 32 lashed is one that I really like. But yeah, I think something like the 32 lashed, you could maybe check out. Even something like the K2 Masis, or like the Ride Lasso. There's another one that's like just below that from K2 and Ride that's a little bit softer, so you could check that out too. Elise Lenski with the super chat. Thanks, Elise. Hope you're doing well. Hey TJ, awesome to see you back out there again. Looking for some new bindings for the Birds of a Feather. Was riding the Union Juliet, but isn't a great fit. Boots are Burton Supremes, thanks. Oh man, yeah, for the Birds of a Feather, I mean, if you want to switch up from Union, you could check out, I want to say Arbor Bindings. That's what I was thinking of. I think they've got some pretty solid bindings out there. Bent Metal as well, or even Burton Bindings. I think Burton offers some really good tech. You're going to have to go with Reflex, so you're sacrificing a little bit of width adjustability, but if you can get into a shop and check them out first, you can make sure that the stance options work for you. But yeah, sorry the Unions weren't feeling that good for you. If you're riding Burton Supremes, yeah, maybe try to check out some Burton bindings. Something more like a mid-flex, like maybe the women's equivalent of the Malavita. I don't know what the name of that binding is off the top of my head, but that's my favorite Burton binding. Avocado time. When did you start snowboarding? I started snowboarding when I was about 10 years old, so that would have been the year 2000. Yeah, I just had some family friends show me the ropes, borrowed some gear, and been boarding ever since. Got my first season pass. Didn't get my first season pass till about 8 years after that, when I was 18. Dino Bonaldo with the super chat. What's up, TJ? After I ran into you at Breckenridge, guy in the white Ruroc, I ended up breaking my collarbone. How's your shoulder doing? Oh, dude, I'm so sorry to hear that, man. Hopefully you had a fun day up until then. But yeah, it was great to meet you. Hope you have a good recovery, dude. Shoulder's doing well. Appreciate you asking. Still healing. No fall policy right now. Just doing those strengthening exercises every day, trying to get that shoulder back to 100%. I can do push-ups now, so that's a huge improvement. I think it's improved a lot in 3 weeks. Awesome. Thank you guys for all the super chats here. XZYGY with the super chat, no question. Shout out, man. Appreciate the support. I will keep my eyes peeled for a comment from you there. And we got Malpractice with another super chat. Thanks for the reviews. Got the Evil Twin and GNU Headspace. Awesome, dude. Yeah, I love both of those snowboards. Those boards are super fun. Hope you enjoy them. I don't know if you've got to ride them yet, but I think you'll enjoy them both very much. Thanks, man. Glad the reviews are helping you guys out. Gonna keep those rolling. Cody Kreger, what do you think about the Battalion whatever? I think it's a great board, fun kind of like do-it-all style board. If you want to check out a review of a very, very similar board, check out the review of the Lobster Sender on the channel. So it's basically the same board. It's almost exactly the same. Lobster's like Battalion's sister brand, if you guys didn't know that. But yeah, it's like got that 99% twin shape, mid flex, maybe just on the stiffer side of medium, positive camber, 3BT, got some carbon in there. It's a fun all-arounder, man. It's a good all-around snowboard. And then that question that was missed on the super chat from XZYGY was, what board would you recommend for ice? And if magnet traction is all that? Yeah, man, so magnet traction is definitely the top of the line when it comes to grip on ice. Grip Tech from Arbor, I would say, is number 2. Those just provide superior edge hold for sure. I was actually riding the Jones flagship today at Keystone. There was some icy spots and I was just laying into those turns, man, throwing all my weight in. The flagship has magnet traction. I don't know if it's actually magnet traction, but it's like a serrated edge, very similar to magnet traction. And yeah, that's gonna offer the most grip. You'll find other things, like I was on a Yes board yesterday that had underbite, so that's another additional contact point underfoot. Never Summer does that as well. They call theirs Vario Power Grip. Burton does it. There's all kinds of variations of it out there. And I would say they're better than nothing, but if you really want that grip, if you're gonna like ride East Coast ice, you're gonna be on that sketchy, treacherous terrain all the time, I would be looking at magnet traction and Grip Tech. And a lot of brands out there use magnet traction, not just LibTech and GNU. You could look at Jones, Rossignol, and there's others out there as well. Thanks for all the questions, guys. All right, just wanted to make sure I didn't miss any super chats here. Thanks for all the support today, everybody. Henry Jones, thoughts on the Ride Twin Pig as a first board for park / all mountain? Yeah, I think the Twin Pig would suit that bill pretty well. You know, it's probably going to be more at home in the park than all mountain. It's not super soft, so it's going to have some good stability there for you. It's not just going to be super wish-washy everywhere you go. But there's no additional contact points. It's just a regular side cut. So keep those edges sharp if you're going to be doing some carving and cruising outside of the park. But yeah, it's a really fun park snowboard, and it comes in at a great price, man. It's a really fun board. C here with a question asking, what do I think about the Capita DOA? Yeah, the Capita DOA is a great all-around snowboard for like all mountain freestyle. It's definitely at home in the park, whether you're hitting jumps or rails, but it's sturdy enough to be cruising outside and feel very comfortable as well. Cruising at higher speeds, getting in the trees, really just whatever you want to do, I think the DOA is going to hold up pretty well. That's actually going to be one of Kevin's personal boards this season. Liam, thoughts on flow bindings? I actually haven't ridden flow bindings personally, but I think that there are a few drawbacks just from what I know about them. Mainly, I think like if you get the fit dialed in, that they can be pretty decently responsive. But you know, if you're like trying to put them on in powder, or if you're on like a really steep pitch, I know Kevin has had students that have had flow bindings and ran into issues in those situations. So there's things like that where maybe they're not the best. But yeah, I haven't tried them out yet, man. I'd like to try them this year. General thoughts on the GNU headspace. Yeah, we just were just talking about that a minute ago. So yeah, the headspace, really fun, kind of all around snowboard. Going to be similar to the DOA, but a little bit softer. It's going to have that positive camber profile, magnet traction, ASIM side cut, softer side of medium flex, maybe just on the softer side of medium. So it's also a very versatile snowboard. Going to hold up pretty well wherever you take it and still be a lot of fun in the park. Ben Smith, what is a cool and easy trick? I think maybe start some like flatland butters, man. If you're just getting into learning tricks, get comfortable with the flex of your snowboard, shifting your weight over the nose and tail, and get those presses and butters going. Those can be a lot of fun. And Ryan Belisle, did I say that right? Burton Custom, Genesis, and Ions, hitting groomers, transitioning to riding switch, park, all mountain freestyle. Would you recommend a different setup to help with progression? So I think the Genesis and the Ions are pretty aggressive. I think the Custom is a really good all-arounder. It's very fun in the park, gonna be fun on groomers, powder, pretty much everything that you wanna do. So I think the board is solid. Since if you already have the Genesis and the Ions, I would just feel it out. But for like a really kind of like do it all style for park and all mountain, like something that'll still give you that tweakability and have decent responsiveness, I'd probably go like Malavitas and Photons or Imperials or something like that. The Ions are probably going to be solid too, but the Genesis is a very stiff binding, man. It's like more of a free ride, kind of burly binding there. Woo, that sun went down. You guys can see the background now out here where I'm at, but it is getting colder by the minute. Oh my goodness. Daniel Z with the super chat. What LibTech board has the most aggressive magnet traction? So the 7-point magnet traction is the most aggressive from LibTech. I know the T-Rice Pro has it. I'm sure there's a bunch of other boards out there that have it, but I know the T-Rice Pro does for sure. Dalma Borges here. Magnet traction, asymmetrical, and TBT. Do you know anything like that? Doesn't exist, man. The closest you can get, oh man, but no, that doesn't have the ASIM. Yeah, no, that doesn't exist, dude. I wish it did. I think if Battalion threw like grip tech or magnet traction on their boards, they'd be they'd be like the ideal snowboard. For me at least. But yeah, the headspace is going to have magnet traction. It's going to be ASIM, but it's not going to have any kind of TBT. Only Lobster and Battalion have that triple base technology. They've got a patent on it. No one else is doing that. Arbor on their camber snowboards do uprise fenders, which is like a very mellow version of that, just under the contact points. And that's one of the reasons why I really like the Arbor Westmark camber. It's got those uprise fenders, it's got that grip tech, and it's got that full positive camber profile, but it's not ASIM. It's a good question though, man. Alan, can the Union base plates give you a wider stance than the board holes allow? I think so. Yeah, if you had them completely maxed out, I think that it would go a little bit further. But why are you trying to have such a wide stance, Alan? That's pretty aggressive there. I don't know if you need all that. That might feel a little weird. Tim Johnson, shout out. Good to be back in Colorado. Sly Dog, TJ, your rating on the Kazoo for POW out of 10. So I haven't really got to test the Kazoo in real powder, but I am going to be bringing it to Japan, so that'll be the true test. But I would say, like, expectations wise, probably like a 7 out of 10, 7 or 8 out of 10. Like, it's probably going to offer some really solid float, but you know, it's not going to be the same as riding like the Rossignol Sushi or like the Nitro Pow or some of those really super powder specific shapes. Awesome, guys. So I got a few more super chats here. Ooh. Lucas, hey, any goals for the season? Maybe discuss on the podcast. Yeah, I'll bring that up on the next podcast, man. I think that'd be a great thing to kind of riff on with Chris and Andreas and Kevin. Personally, I went into the season just wanting to hit the biggest jumps I could and really progress my jump game. But now that I hurt my shoulder, I think I'm going to start off the season just keeping it mellow, trying tricks that are fun, and trying to really just add as much style to the tricks that I already know as I can. And then maybe after the Japan trip and those more springy conditions start to come around and we start hitting those jumps and trying to get that progression going again. Hope you have a great season though, man. And Reese Steedman, hey TJ, greetings from Brisbane, Australia. Hope the shoulder recovery is going well. What's your board recommendation for freeride and carving? Yeah, there's a lot of great boards out there. The flagship that I was on today, it's the second time I've ridden it. I rode it a couple of years ago and it just felt exactly how I remember. Highly, highly recommend the flagship for carving and freeriding. The United Shapes Orbit is also a ton of fun. The K287 is another one that stands out. Really, most boards from United Shapes or Karua Shapes are going to be pretty solid. But yeah, maybe to get you started, check out the United Shapes Orbit, the Jones Flagship, and the K287. I think all those are really fun. Even boards like the Deep Thinker and the Kazu are pretty fun for freeriding and carving. And the shoulder recovery is going great, man. I appreciate it. Paul O with the super chat. Which one has better response and turn initiation? Prototype 2 or T-Rice Pro that Kevin has? Ooh, probably, they're both rocker dominant. I'd say turn initiation is pretty similar. The T-Rice is definitely gonna have better edge hold with that super aggressive magnet traction. And I'd say the responsiveness is fairly similar. The T-Rice Pro is a bit stiffer, so it does transfer that energy a little bit quicker, so it might be a bit more responsive, but you're not going to be able to ride it in the park like you can the Prototype 2. As far as like an all-arounder, like all-mountain freestyle, Prototype 2 is definitely going to be better. For more like all-mountain, kind of like natural terrain, maybe some like sketchy terrain, like steeper technical stuff, the T-Rice Pro is going to be better. And Osvaldo, does the Burton EST, is the Burton EST worth it on the Deep Thinker? I have the board and the Malavita, but the bindings are non-EST. I don't know if it's worth switching, man, unless all of your boards are Burton, or if you just really want to get it. So the big advantages with the EST is that the middle of the binding is kind of like cut out. It's just foam. So you get the most natural flex out of the snowboard. You're not going to have any dead zones on it, or very, very minimal dead zones compared to a binding with a base plate, even reflex. And then the EST is like the most adjustable binding system out there. So if you really value those things, go for the EST. But since you already have the Malavitas, it's tough to say, man. That's more of a personal call. But there definitely are some advantages to switching if you want it. But then you're locked into Burton. Ryan Lowney. Hey TJ, what do you know about the step-on bindings? Guys, it's getting really cold. My phone was at 100% when I started. It's just threw up the 10% of warning. So if I cut out, I apologize. Just wanted to warn you guys. But yeah, there's a couple videos on the channel, Ryan, about the step-on. I think that, you know, they're functional. They've definitely put a lot of time into thinking it through. They work well, but personally, they're not for me. I wouldn't be opposed to trying them again. Maybe I'll try them again this season. But check out the videos on the channel. I think that'll give you the most input, more than what I can tell you here briefly. But I would say, as generally, if you really value that convenience and that's something that you want, then it's probably worth it. But, you know, personally, I'm going to stick to my regular bindings for now. and Reggie with the super chat here. Shout out Reggie, legend. Support for TJ and the Snowboard Pro Camp channel. TJ just got wrist guards. Now the Oakley mittens, now you can't get your hands in the Oakley mittens. Any mittens you can recommend, all leather / Burton Gore-Tex mitts. Thoughts? Hashtag Chipotle fund. Shout out Reggie. I think I'm gonna go straight from here to Chipotle because I am freezing and I'm hungry, so I really appreciate that, dude. I couldn't tell you a specific glove that I know that's bigger. You know, maybe you could size up. I think that's a situation where you'd really want to go into a shop and try some gloves on with your wrist guards. Or, you know, with Evo, you can always send the gloves back. They got the full year return policy there. I actually just got some new gloves. I got these, they're this brand called Oyuki. Really stoked on them so far, but I don't know if I'd recommend them for having extra room for wrist guards, man. But stoked you're getting geared up for the season. I'm sure you're getting hyped. Hope all is well, Reggie. Appreciate it, man. All right, guys, so I'm gonna cut the live chat here. Sorry to cut it short today. Next week, we'll go a little bit extra to make up for it, but it is super cold, so I'm gonna get out of here. I will see you guys next week. Shout out to all of you that dropped a super chat. Reggie, Ryan, Osvaldo, Paul O, Reese, Lucas, Daniel Z, Ryan, Malpractice, all of you guys, you know who you are. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support. Stay tuned tonight for a new video dropping. It's going to be a top 5 video, and then there's going to be a bunch of videos from this trip coming out soon. So shout out to all of you guys for being here. Thanks for all the great questions. Thanks for all the super chats, and I will see you next week on Monday here on the live chat. Take care, everybody.